Namaste everyone, this is Aga with Tree of Life Spiritual Coaching. I'm recording this video from my new place in California. I just moved recently and I'm sitting in this beautiful garden. In 2 days there will be full moon, and I wanted to share with you a couple of few thoughts based on my interactions with clients that come to me for either spiritual coaching, healing, advice, some form of therapy because of the things they've built up in their life, and they would like to go back to their true selves, experience more joy in life, more presence. And this talk today I want to dedicate to the power of intentions and what goes along with it. I noticed that a lot of people who come to me, they truly do not appreciate who they are, and it creates a lot of situations in their lives where they forget how powerful their mind is, how powerful their intentions are, what they're capable of doing as long as they stick to the goal of being happy and wanting that, being kind of obsessed with that. And there are definitely ways to achieve this. For some people faster, for some people slower, but dedication is really the key. And mindfulness, meaning observing your thoughts without judgment, without expectation, just to kind of see where we are, how we operate, if we have positive approach to who we are, if we acknowledge how amazing it is to be a human being, or perhaps we come from this negative belief system that we gain from our parents, maybe society. In general, I call it conditioning. So I would like to invite everyone to really take a deep breath, go within with your breath, and use the breath to deliver molecules of love to each cell inside your body. Really open this portal inside of you that will help you unload, that will help you let go. A lot of times we don't even realize how much we hold on to our old belief systems because it just became our second nature. And I remember when I was going through a process of self-healing, it took me over 2 years of heavy meditation. I would say minimum 2 hours a day, sometimes a lot more, to be able to release layer after layer of conditioning that came because of my upbringing. So I'm speaking to you from a place of experience, someone who went through a lot of pain and accumulated a lot of these experiences that kept me in a mental trap. And the more I realized it, the more I also knew that I don't have tools to come out of that trap. Like the way I was raised, Western civilization that I was brought up in, and the rules of the world really left me feeling trapped. And I realized that I have a potential to be happy, to experience what it is to be free. And I wanted that, but I didn't know how to get there. And I tried many things, and I failed many times. And finally, when I was so cornered, but I really wanted to fight for something that I thought was my destiny, I decided to meditate. And I tried different forms of meditations before I discovered Vipassana. And I finally took the course, 10-day silent meditation course, and something really happened there. There was a shift on 7th day, and I knew that I will never stop meditating after that point. I felt like something opened up inside of me, and the cage has opened, and my heart flew out, and I experienced freedom. And it was tip of an iceberg at that time. I didn't know where I'm going to be down the road, where I'm going to end up. But I can tell you that meditation really, really works, or at least mindfulness, when you observe your thoughts, when you observe how they come in and out and what they do to you. And when you start to realize that you don't need to get engaged in these thoughts, you can just see them as clouds, see them as a part of your background, but you don't give it a meaning. You don't engage in a conversation with it. You decide which situation, which person, which thought is meaningful to you. You can always choose. And that brings me to what I wanted to talk about intentions. You know, we're here to experience freedom and love, and we always have a choice. And intentions can really help with achieving that, because I know that not all of us are into meditation to the extent that I am, and don't see a purpose for it the way I see it. But there are other ways that we can help that process, and it doesn't take a long time. And I want to share with you a few of my intentions that I use daily upon waking up. And these intentions you can alter based on where you are and what are your goals. But basically, one of them goes like this. Since my purpose in this life is to accelerate my personal evolution, that's what I first state. I want to accelerate my personal evolution. I want to accept the guidance from spirit guides, from my emotions, from my intuition, and I welcome that guidance to a great capacity. So I am asking for it. I'm open to that guidance. My body regenerates quickly, and I emanate health. I am willing to give up all difficulties to be an example for what humanity can be. So this is the first set of my intentions. You're welcome to alter it based on what you do in life, what you are dealing with at the moment. I have helped people create mantras for themselves, intentions that they work with. This is just something that is very powerful to me. And then the second one also deals with conditioning. And we don't even know what programs we have imprinted in our minds. So when we set these intentions, it's good to realize that we might not know something that can be actually blocking our mind from seeing more, from experiencing more positivity, from seeing other angles that we prefer. And to deal with that, you can simply ask your subconscious mind from this place of peace and trust and surrender to connect with your higher self, so that your higher self removes the programming, removes the conditioning, helps you really notice when you are acting from that place of programming, when you act automatically, when you act from the place of negative belief system, negative definitions that you might have imprinted in your mind. And most of us are unfortunately dealing with that. I still have some programs that I am working on. I'm constantly observing myself to see when I'm reacting from that place of conditioning and the programming. So asking for that assistance can really be helpful. This exercise, the more you observe yourself, will really put you in touch with what you are. And then again, wanting to change that into something positive, you can work with changing the definitions of what you're dealing with. And I'll give you an example. Recently, I had a talk with my good friend who lives in Chicago, and I've known her for 14 years maybe. And she was telling me that she's being affected by some people in her life negatively, and the weekend comes and she feels drained because she allowed her definitions about herself bring her to the place where she takes the weight from others upon herself, and it's not really necessary to do that. And we talked for a long time, and I told her, it's really important to look at the definitions of contact, like communication with others. And we could look at, so to speak, difficult people in a sense that is negative, that is not teaching us anything, that is not bringing anything positive in our lives. But I'll tell you that, and I'm sure a lot of you know that already, everything that you are experiencing outside of you is a direct reflection of what you are inside. So if you're experiencing that negativity from others, it basically means that there is a part of you that you still find either unworthy or unholy, not perfect, or somehow maybe fragile. But we all have the power to balance all the energies that are outside and inside, because these energies outside exist because of what's happening outside. So when we realize that we created that and we have the absolute power to how can I say it? We orchestrated it. So these energies outside of us exist because of us. So we have absolute power to actually transform them, to play with them, to change them. And I suggested to my friend that she changes definition of that kind of communication, knowing that a lot of it is a tool that she can use, and understand that a lot of people test others whom they respect, whom they trust, whom they value. And they probably come from a place of pain and discomfort, and they look up to us. And then when we get irritated, or when we look at this as something that is not of value, we feel that we've been used or abused in some ways. That actually is not a mirror of what is happening. A lot of times we see it this way because we don't have enough strength inside of us. We drain ourselves by focusing on aspects of ourselves that we defined by others. So through this exercise of intentions, I really invite you to just look at everything as a dance, as the move that you do, and then the reality outside responds to the move. So everything can be really seen as a test. And you can learn through that experience in a positive way, knowing that your definition of that situation can change at any moment. And you can simply change an angle. And when you change the format of how you feel with that person, this person will start responding differently to you. Because everybody on a subconscious level feels what is happening with the environment, with the people around us. We might not notice that consciously, but there is a constant exchange. So if we want to have experiences with people that are more positive, that are more building for us, that are more, how can I say that, growing, that helps us grow, we can change how we view every situation and see at least what state we prefer. Because this lesson might just be about not liking this form of contact, and we might want to just withdraw from that. But also, it could be something deeper, something that shows us, I don't value really that person, and this person who is giving me a hard time is really, really teaching me an amazing lesson about myself. And when you know that this person could be a test, then you can have a way more freeing approach to this, knowing that you can shift. You are also a part of this test, this dance, and you can change your moves. You can be playful with it. You can stop taking things so personally. And with intentions, asking for that guidance, asking your higher self to be in contact with your subconscious mind so that you can cut yourself when you have these conditions playing out the themes that you no longer want to explore. That will help you recognize this. And also the intention that I mentioned to you, what is it that you would like to become? That will also help guide you through this process, knowing what you want, and also knowing that anything really is possible as long as you allow it. So speaking from the place of comfort inside, openness, surrendering to that state that it has already happened. Like, you have achieved already so much in life. If you look at certain situations, you know that it's possible. So drawing from that experience, but also knowing that each new experience doesn't have to be that difficult, doesn't have to be the lesson that will drain you or beat you up. It can be way more flexible. Again, it could be a balancing act between dark and light. Because, we are the 0 point energy. We are the fulcrum at which everything meets. So we can decide how we want to play that and how we want to expand from that. So this is basically how I work with intentions. I can go deeper into that subject if you'd be interested. I work with clients through Skype and also private sessions. I'm currently located in Roseville, California. I'm moving to San Francisco very soon. But I just wanted to help basically all of you that feel they're lost in relationships with people and they don't understand how much impact others have on us, and they would like to get out of that loop. Then the power of intentions is it's very a magical tool to work with. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. I will respond to every question. Or if you would like to schedule a session or chat with me, I will post the links below this video. Thank you again to all for watching, and I wish you a wonderful journey within. Namaste.